Alright, so now what I'd like you to do is using the picture of the mountain, I'd like you to either hit the letter K or pick the brush tool, which is just over here on the right hand side. So now that we've opened that up, I'd like you to pick exposure. And by picking one of these, it sets everything else you'll notice right here in the middle. These are all set at 0 now. And what I want you to do is I want you to set the brush adjustment to 0.75. So exposure is plus 0.75. I'd like you to set the contrast to 100. See, what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this sky up here. We're going to paint on exposure and contrast onto this area. Now, I'd like you to make sure that the brush size, I want you to set that for about 20, which you can adjust by changing the nub on your mouse. If you have an Apple mouse, PC mice should actually do the same thing. And I want you to turn auto mask on. And let me just show you what the auto mask does. It's pretty cool. So watch first of all as I paint these settings on. See that? Now if you want to see where you painted, you can click the letter O or click Show Selected Mask Overlay. See the red mask that is being put on there? And see, I'll just paint that on there. I hit the letter O again, and bang. Right? So now I've changed the sky quite a bit. This is what it looks like without. This is with it. I'm going to hit delete. Bang. So now here we are. We're back at it. Try turning off the auto mask. Now watch what happens. You can cross the line here. Okay? If I turn on the mask, you see that the red is gone over. I'm going to hit delete again and turn the auto mask on and see how it stays within the line of the mountain. Now, this will work as long as I'm within the feathering dots, or the feathering circles. Okay? If I cross into the inner circle, it will paint. Actually, once I get the crosshairs, once the crosshairs go across there. Right? And then it says, oh, you want that? Okay. So you'll see it adds a little bit, and bang, it's adding in the red. Okay. All right, so give that a try. Paint that on there. If you want to, you do it with the letter O. So I'm painting on the red, so that's the overlay. You can. And make sure that the entire sky is red and that the mountain is not. But what happens if you do cross over? Right? So you accidentally get this part in here. Well, what you can do is you can go either to the erase tool or you can hold down the option key. See how it's changed to a negative sign? And then I can take the mask, that part of the mask, off. Now you'll notice it's not doing terribly well. It's crossing the line there. So now I'll turn that back on and give it another try. There we go. Awesome. You notice up here, I've got a little bit of red. I'm going to zoom in on it. Hold down the option key. Maybe make my erase size a little bit bigger. Let the auto mask work for me in the erase. Still holding down the option key. And it is using the auto mask for me. Now I've let go of the option key. I'm going to paint that in a little bit better. There we go. I go over here, have to let the page refresh. There it is. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hit the letter Z in order to pull out, and Hit the letter O to turn off the overlay. Excellent. Now, just like every other adjustment tool, you can decide, you know what, that might be a bit bright. I think I'm going to bring it down ever so slightly. Well, you know what, maybe I should bring it up. I'll do that. No, that's really cheesy. Okay? And basically what you need to do is you make your adjustments and you go all the way until it's noticeable. So for instance, see how this line in here is noticeable, and then you back it off. There it is. Yeah. Same thing with the contrast. See if I can change the contrast. If I want to see what it looks like without, off.